Hamble is one of the centres of yachting in the UK. The river goes into Southampton Water and then out into the Solent, and then just south of the Solent is obviously the Isle of Wight. So there's an enormous amount of sailing, both leisure, racing, etc., that happens from this area. So it's really popular. These were originally sort of working boat yards. This one has stayed largely as a place with on-land services. A lot of our clients are tenants who are making boats, mending boats, sail makers, generally everyone who's involved in marine services.
In the situation here, we've got a very busy marina that's already at full capacity with storage of boats and moving boats in and out of the water, and that's their main source of income. The additional source of income they can bring to the marina is in letting space for offices, retail. At the same time, they also need to make sure they're looking after clients that are coming to the marina in providing the best facilities for them.
We spent a lot of time and money over the last 8 years improving the existing facilities for our tenants and berth holders, and the one part that we hadn't done was the riverside.
This project came to us as a requirement for replacement of some old buildings. There was a selection of toilets and an old marquee building that was used as a sort of outdoor cafe type area, and harbour master's office, some other sort of ramshackle old cabins.
So it was a very tatty, functional space that had got very, very tired.
Our design philosophy and Modulec always comes down to the end user. That's what really drives what we try and achieve. We work closely with Hamble Yacht Services on this one, what their needs were, kind of what they expected from the build. A big part of the inspiration was the site itself, really. Obviously, we're in a nautical setting. It's SSSI protected, so trying to keep the design in keeping with that, that's what really led what we were trying to do visually with the building.
Well, the reason we chose modular construction, these areas have got quite a lot of constraints over how you build and when you build.
Our system of modular construction is particularly suited to marine environments because we have issues typically in marine environments with nesting birds, and for planning there's always restrictions on this as to when we can actually build without disturbing the nesting birds, which is absolutely critical.
Our local authority was very clear that we had a limited time horizon in which to build, and the environmental officers in this area were very keen that we had as short a time as possible, and that wasn't possible using traditional build techniques.
With our type of construction, we do not disturb the birds at all. It means the project can go ahead, we can continue undisrupted, and the birds are undisrupted and everybody's happy.
So our site is set on reclaimed land. We have a concrete base that floats over the original riverbeds and mudflats.
Many marina sites are based on floodplains. They're based on reclaimed land. You've got mud, tide levels, those type of issues. So structurally we can overcome those by building the building out of the floodplain without great expense. Typically in traditional construction, when you pile, you have to build a pile cap on top of the piles that tie all the piles together and create a base for the building to be constructed on. For us, we don't need to do that because the building constructed in our factory already has a structural floor, so that we can actually put the piles into the ground, into the mud, extend them upwards, and then we can put our building straight on top of individual pile caps rather than the whole slab.
The thing I'm most proud of with the building is just how it fits on the site. It just seems like it is meant to be here. It just looks like it fits the site perfectly.
I think modular build is a really sensible way forward for marine construction. We end up with a shorter time horizon, but also the impact it has on your business because you're shortening the time on site. I would strongly recommend Modulec. For us, it's been a very good relationship. We've had a great relationship with all of the people we've worked with. They were on time, on budget. Communication's been extremely good.